Hello, here we are with Dr. Yogesh from Pune, from India. And Dr. Yogesh is an Ayurveda doctor who has 8 clinics around. And today, in this period of the crisis with coronavirus, Dr. Yogesh is helping to screen people for coronavirus and is working with the government. So Dr. Yogesh has lots of interesting things to share with us. And now we see what we can learn from him. So tell us, please, Dr. Yogesh, your experience, how is it going? Screening people, in which situation you are, how you handle it, and what can you advise us from Ayurveda point of view? How can this be helpful?
It's very difficult and it's a very fearful moment to check patient whether the patient is COVID-19 or not. We don't know the patient until we don't screen him properly, take the history of his symptoms like fever and everything. The main thing, as a general practitioner, we are in a risk where we only wear the N95 mask and gloves to check patient clinically. When we have doubt, then we refer to that patient to government. That means the first general practitioner, the physician, is in risk. Okay, we just have the distance like only 20 centimeters between the patient lips and a microphilus, you can say, because the examination of throat, examination of nose, examination of eye, the body temperature, which is very necessary in clinical practice. Even
Okay.
though we have to auscultate the chest, through our stethoscope. We have to auscultate whether the patient is feeling breathlessness, the cramps, or wheezing, whatever. So
So you are
we
using symptomatic screening. You do not use tampons? The ones
no.
that we are using here in Italy, you do not have tampons?
First, we have to screen symptomatically. When the
Okay.
physician they have a doubt, when the doctor they have a doubt, because now as per the government norm and conditions, we have to first see whether the patient is having fever, sore throat, running nose, body
Okay.
pain, everything. If the four things are confirmed, then by seeing the doubt, we tell the patient to go for COVID-19 test.
Okay.
If consider if the patient is COVID-19 positive, how much the general practitioner is in risk. We are playing in risk and we are there to heal people. We are there to take care of every human being.
You know
I
that in
have,
Italy we have more than 46 doctors that died so far in Italy helping people, with the coronavirus. I mean, do you have also a high mortality rate between the doctors in your country, in India?
yes, now 4 days before, one doctor is no more, and really I would respect his. I mean, I don't have any words for that doctor who was struggling for to give the life of COVID-19 patients. We doctors, trust me, the doctors, whenever they go in the COVID-19 section, okay, how much they are in risk, even though they are wearing all the suits and the bio jackets, but how much they are in risk. Now, in just look in Fortis Hospital, 40 nurse staff and 4 doctors are they had kept in quarantine because one patient was COVID positive. Consider how they are in the risk, and These are the duties it had been given to God for the humanity, peace and love. And I appreciate to God. He had given me in this life. He had just made me as a doctor to heal.
Tell me something. So how do
Very
you protect yourself? How do
these
you
are
protect yourself? How do you protect yourself? What do you do? How do you protect yourself? You said that you are using Ayurveda treatments in order to reduce your risk of infection. How do you do
well.
that? Can you share?
I had a lot of findings in patient where I said I saw the symptomatics of COVID-19. Then also I had checked these patients only the mask, only the gloves. Why I'm confident? Because already I had taken the arsenium 30C and the different Ayurveda medications. Like what I did every day I'm doing nasya. I just put the drops in each of my nostrils, anutelam. I take steam. I do the gargle through Trifala Kada. So this really it
With what?
helps.
What are you doing? Gargle with what? With water, or you are putting something in it? Can you be a little bit practical? Like if there are some people can
Well,
do.
yes, I put Trifala churna. I make it boil. I make the decoction, and then by the decoction water, I gargle. So it helps to balance the vata, pitta, and kapha in my here, and where it helps to defend the viruses. Now,
What is it? What is it that you are putting to boil? I'm sorry. What
Trifala,
are you putting to boil?
Trifala, Trifala,
What is that?
Trifala. Trifala
Yeah, but what?
Harit ki, Bibit ki, and Amla ki. This is Trifala. Harit ki,
Yeah, but
Bibit ki, and Amla ki.
what would it be in Europe? What can we use? I mean, what is this?
Like how? Pardon me.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know these names and we do not have access to buy those things. So if people like here in Italy, someone is having, sore throat, what can we gargle with?
Yeah, you can also gargle by alum and salt water. Just make sure 1 teaspoon of alum powder, 1 teaspoon of salt, boil in 1 glass of water, and you can make an gargle. That would be
We
also
don't. Okay.
alum, alum,
Also,
alum.
also with salt. Also just with salt, even if they don't have the alum. I mean, if you make a salt water, you boil it, you can afterwards gargle, and it's going to have some disinfecting properties.
Yeah, because already salt, it will act as an alkaline, acidic. Okay, so whenever, for example, I will give the simple example. If you sprinkle a salt on onion, what you will see? You will see a water on your onion.
Yes.
If you sprinkle the salt on lime, what you will see? Again, the juice it is coming on from lemon.
Okay.
Why? Why this condition? It is due to the acidic salt.
Okay.
It also acts as an acidic. Where when we do the gargle of salt water, it will help to accumulate whatever the deposition is in your throat. It can be
Okay.
expelled out. When we
Okay.
do like the gargles, salt water gargle, the muscles, which muscles? Your tonsils, okay, and your inner muscles here. When you gargle, the three things, including the epiglottis, this region, it gets in touch with the lukewarm water and with the salt.
Okay.
Okay.
So basically, just to summarize, for people, it will be useful to take water, to put some salt. What is the proportion? If I may ask you, for 1 cup of water, how many
Uh,
teaspoons of?
well, in 250 ml of water, you have to add one teaspoon of alum and 1 teaspoon of salt.
Okay, and if you don't have alum, you can just add salt. So 250 ml of water with
Yes. Yes.
1 teaspoon of salt, and then you boil it, and then, so the salt is really melting well, right, in the
Yeah.
water. Then you just let it cool, so you do not gargle with the boiled water, because then you will end up in the hospital for other reasons. It's important. It's important
Yes.
to specify, you know. So, and then you basically, when the water is at a nice temperature for your mouth, then you can gargle with it and then spit it out.
Exactly. But how you had to gargle? The one thing.
How?
Yes. How? No, 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 no. At least you have to gargle for 6 to 7 minutes. What we do?
Continue,
Yes.
continuous, or you can take some.
Yes, at least you have to make and gargle for 6 to 7 minutes. What we do, we make and gargle only for 1 to 2 minutes, and then we just it's finished. Every process, every therapy, it has a time, right? Why Ayurveda had not gone to the modern medicines? Because we had not written a complete therapy, a complete results. Here, when we do a gargle, the gargle must be at least for 6 to 7 minutes
Okay.
with the lukewarm water, and the temperature of water must be same. What people
What else?
do?
What else can we put in the gargle? For example, I mean, we have things like tea tree oil. I mean, I would put some drops of tea tree oil. No,
Mhm.
tea tree oil is a disinfecting. You know tea tree oil? In India,
No,
you have tea tree oil. No,
no, no.
like it is an oil which is very good for disinfection. You know, so this is also something that could be added to the water, I believe. No.
Okay. Instead of that, you can add a clove water. So I mean, clove oil, which is good, and eucalyptus
Which one?
oil, clove oil or eucalyptus
Clove.
oil. Yes. So these two oils, which will help to fight with the different viruses.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there
Okay.
are a lot
So,
of
and tell me.
options. As per the Desh, Desh means as the land. Okay. Desh Kal means time. Okay. Desh and Kal, like whenever the occurrence, now the things are going very wrong as we are fighting with the nature. Already we had fight. In summer season, we have the rainfall, we have the snowfall. Okay, these are the messages from our nature. Where directly in summer season, when there is a rainfall, there is a change. You know, there is a sudden change in the climate condition where the growth of viruses it change. Okay, the strain changes. So what we have to balance, we can only do the one thing. Uh, we have to balance our diet. We have to balance all the dinacharya. Our dinacharya are really not good. How? Tell me, for to grow up the immunity, what we have to do? Sleep. Do you sleep 8 hours a day?
Well, I think it's not even the how much you sleep. Actually, in Ayurveda, you do not need to really sleep 8 hours a day. It's the quality of sleep. So, from as much as I know, from 10 to 12,
Uh,
for hours, from 10 to 12, you know, the
how much
yogis,
sleep?
like I'm a
Exactly.
yogi, and we
Yes.
sleep 5 hours, and it is more than enough. So, it depending on at which level you are. The point is that if you sleep, for example, between 10 and 12, it is much
Sleep.
more, much deeper and much higher quality sleep between 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. and 12 a.m. than any other hour during the night. So what is happening that most of the people are not sleeping these 2 hours. They are sleeping in other hours. For example, if you are going to sleep at 2 o'clock in the night and you will sleep 8 hours, from 2 o'clock in the night till 10 o'clock in the morning is not the same sleep as you sleep from 10 o'clock in the evening till 6 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, you are correct. You need to sleep. You need to know the quality of the sleep, and then you do not want to sleep on a full stomach, and you don't want to sleep with the telephone, with your phone under your cushion.
Exactly, Miss Lux. What are the reasons? The electronic gadget, they are playing with us.
Yeah, of course.
Now, yes, now I just want to trigger the reverse where we have the lack of immunity because mobile is not made. I'm not made for mobile. Mobile is made for me. Okay. So how the now? But we have to change it. I'm made for mobile. Mobile is not made for me. As we think, as we do. Okay. When we eat, always mobile scrolling. When we go to sleep, always mobile scrolling. When we sleep, the mobile is always under the pillow. During working, mobile is very near. So these things it really affects,
Of course.
right? Yeah,
Also, is affecting the fact that we should not eat at night. We should not eat before we are going to sleep.
yeah,
This is another thing which is very important, right? I mean, this is really important to say that the quality of our sleep, when you go to sleep on a full stomach, this is not a sleep. Your immune system is not going to be regenerated. Your body is not going to be regenerated. So it's really important. your son is walking behind us.
I'm
It's
sorry.
very important. No, that's, we are, kids are always welcome. And actually,
Uh,
they make a.
you know what? Whenever I talk about Ayurveda, he comes from the room and he always want to listen and he want to do the experiments. See now, the key in the things. As per the, I mean, this he's very small, but whatever I speak on phone related to the Ayurveda, please, thank you so much. You can go. So, so yeah, I'm so,
It's good.
please.
It's good. It is
Yeah.
very important that you are inspiring your son, since he's little already, to be involved and understand what the science of life really means, because that's what Ayurveda is, right? Is the science of life.
Yes. And to be very frank, the Shwas Putar Jawar Ras, okay, medicines, I would like to tell you, Shwas Putar Jawar Ras and the Vasa. It is really this the Ayurveda medicines. I would like to tell you from my side from my side. You didn't ask any question to me, but I want to discuss something to you. See, Jay Mangal Ras in Ayurveda, Abrat Bhasma, Sanjini Vati, Swarna Malini Vasant, and Shwasaputa Ras, and Parpati. These three things, it will, it, uh, these three things, I'm sorry, he's very mischievous. So these three things, it really help to get the symptomatic conditions of COVID, the coronavirus, to get such drug free. Because already Prince Charles he had taken the treatment from Kerala. All right, now he's denying. He's denying. Why he's denying? Because all the concept of vaccines,
Okay.
business, he had saved his life. Now he's denying. Why he's denying? Because he want to make the business. Of course, he's the royal. He's everything, but he
So are
don't
you
want.
saying, one second, let me stop you 1 second. So are you saying, basically, are you saying that Prince Charles was actually treated by the Ayurveda treatments and
Of
that's what
course,
helped him?
of course,
Yes?
Prince Charles is being treated through Ayurveda, where Prince Charles is not appreciating the Ayurveda science, the Ayurveda, the Indian medicine, the ancient medicine of India, and it is very the hurting to an Indian doctor where he had saved the life of Prince Charles, and he is not appreciating where he is giving the initiative to the UK government for treating him. Tell me,
Do
if
you,
Prince
do you know
Charles,
who was treating? Do you know who was treating Prince Charles? Do you know who
yes,
was responsible?
Dr. Isaac. So he was from a Bangalore resort. So he did his treatment, but I don't know why Prince Charles is not accepting.
Well, maybe because those treatments are not available to all the people.
The thing is
You
not that
know?
you have to, whenever the person he is giving the life to another person, he must appreciate and he must give that, he must tell that yes, this is good, you go for it, so that lack of people they can save their life.
Yeah, yeah, no,
India,
that's correct. That's correct. But you
India,
know, I'm just
you
thinking
know
that from
what?
his point of view, he's a
Bilkul,
leader.
India, he
Yeah.
is not a leader. He's also a common man. Prince Charles is a common man like us. My heart, your heart, Prince Charles' heart, we all are same. We all are one living being where the coronavirus had told each and every person the living beings are one. He is not a precious a human being. He's just a life. He's just a
Okay.
life. Where I want to tell the viewers, he's just a single man. He's just a man. That's it. Every person is
No,
not.
no, that's for sure. That's for sure. But you know, in our position, like you have a position as a man, but then you have a position which is a public position, and there are so many people looking, and there is all the news and everything. And if you cannot provide, like I told you, for example, if you tell people, you know, you can have this medicine, and this medicine, but those medicines are not available, then it makes them
No,
even more
no, no,
frustrated
no, no,
because
no.
those medicines, you
See
know.
the dosage. The dosage. India is very good in Ayurveda, and the dosage, at least by the single sentence, I mean the appreciation. Okay, it can help to the more people's. Okay, to the more people to help themselves. Life is very necessary. Okay, each and every single human being, the poor, rich, or the middle class, life is very very important. So where what I consider that we have to really uh, take the things appreciable.
Okay. So you see, that is the thing is, that's why I said, you know, the problem in this case, I think that's why it's better if we really focus on what we can suggest people to do, because the thing is that we are reading the news, you know, like about whether it's Prince Charles, whether it would happen, but it's all in the news. Like I don't know personally Prince Charles. I don't know really what happened, whether it was or was not the treatment, you know. So it is very difficult for us, I think, to take a position or to judge even someone
Mhm.
that we do not really have all the truth, right? I mean, we do not really have all the facts.
Uh, I will just tell you the one thing Ayurveda. If the people they just want the allopathic wherever they just want to give the open challenge for Ayurveda, we accept it because we know just now the allopathic, the medicines, it came 75 years, and Ayurveda is from the 3000 years. Okay, so we had a lot of viruses, a lot of bacteria,
I have
lot
a question. I have a question. Do you now in India, with all the sick people that you have, are you actually treating those people with Ayurveda medicine? Like
symptomatically, yes.
in
Symptomatically,
your
yes.
in your
Symptomatically,
country,
yes. I
like
had,
different
yes.
hospitals?
Yes, symptomatically, I had treated the patients. Uh, Symptomatically, I had treated the same where they had got response.
I don't ask about you personally. I'm asking if Indian government that is
Yes.
standing behind the Ayurveda treatment is actually taking the Ayurveda methodology and using
Mhm.
it in the hospitals for
Yes.
the sick people.
Yes. I can tell you the name of one doctor, Dr. P. Krishnakant Babu, who is MD in Ayurveda. Okay, from BRKR Government Ayurveda College,
Write me in
Hospital,
the chat.
Hyderabad. Yes, he had
Can you write?
treated now.
Yeah, in the chat, in our interview, if you write it, I can make it public.
Okay,
Because I would never be able, I would never know how to spell what you just told me.
all right, all right. This one is a government Ayurveda college and hospital.
You did?
Wait. My typing is very slow. I'm sorry.
You put it like in our broadcast studio in the chat?
Okay, and
Yes.
doctor, the name of doctor is Doctor Perigue.
Yes, I got it. I got it. Hyderabad Hospital. Okay.
Yes, Hyderabad Hospital.
I
So,
got it.
yeah, exactly. I would like to share.
Okay.
They had
This
treated
one, yeah?
from, yes,
Look, this one, yeah?
where?
Well,
Yes,
it is
yes,
live now.
yes.
Okay.
So where level one, level two, they had given the medications, Ayurveda medication to the patient level three. But in level four, trust me, that patient was COVID-19 negative in level four.
Okay.
So why can't all the ministry, all the people, all the people of different countries, why don't they support for Ayurveda? If Ayurveda can prove it, why can't?
So, but before you go to all the countries in the world, I am asking you, besides this hospital, which is very interesting, this information, but other hospitals in Mumbai, in other places, in India, in Varanasi, in other places, are these hospitals are using this? Or are they
Yes,
also using?
side by side we are using the same medicines, but completely not Ayurveda with allopathy, the modern medicines.
In India? In
Where
India?
there are lot of restrictions, where there are lot of restrictions for doctors to go for the herbal medicines. Trust me,
Okay.
in China, they had given the Chinese medicines, including the prophylaxis in allopathy.
Okay, so you see, that's what I'm saying. The problem of what you are saying is not just here in Europe. The problem is also in your own country, where Ayurveda is the science of life, which was developed in India from more than 5,000 years ago, and is still not fully accepted in your country. So you can imagine how difficult it would be that it will be accepted by Prince Charles or by UK or by European Union or any other country. You understand? That's what I mean. It's like I think there are lots of things involved in it. Not because it does not help. It's not because it does not help, but it's because it's not as institutional as the conventional medicine, right? Not
Uh,
everyone has access to it.
the secret medicines, but if we give the doctor as a priority, he can make the medicines. We can save life. Tell me one
Yeah, you
thing.
can
If
say you can, but you
yes,
cannot reach so many people. That's the problem. You see,
we can't
I think
reach so
so.
much people, but we can reach at least 20% of people where we can save the human life.
Yeah.
20% people, saving of human life is much more necessary.
So
20%.
why?
Important.
Yeah. So do you think that I mean, are there other places in the world you think today which are using Ayurveda treatments? Because there are many Ayurveda clinics all around the world, not only in India today, right?
If you give the guidelines to every Ayurveda doctor in the world, including the medicines, the medications, the dosage, he can heal each and every COVID patient.
Wow, that is a big statement.
Yes, that one is a
Big
very big
statement.
statement. And
Yeah.
where we just have to heal people, we just have to make all the human beings in this earth happy with a very good health. As a doctor, as my emotion, I'm talking with an emotion today because life is very necessary. We are seeing death. The people are dying in Italy. The people are dying in every part of the world. They are human beings, and we have to save them.
But if we are talking about this, it will be interesting maybe to talk about another aspect. People are dying in every place in the world and dying in big numbers, not necessarily from the coronavirus. Many people are dying from cancer. Many people are dying from cigarettes. Many people are dying from drugs. Many people are dying from alcohol. Many people are dying from violence, from abuse, from slavery, even today, still in the world. So many people are dying from many, many, many reasons. And when I'm saying many, I'm talking about millions, millions of people.
Yes, if we compare, that are the daily activities, but now this is pandemic, where the emotion attachment, person who didn't had anything, and then also he's dying. That is an emotional attachment. For
Yeah.
example, one person he's taking the drugs. Okay, he know that he's taking drugs and he will be no more in future. But here, if I'm the silent carrier of COVID-19, and another one is he's 65 years old and he's my father. Can you just see the emotions during this pandemic? I'm healthy, I'm the carrier of COVID 19, and my father is suffering from COVID 19 symptomatically. So
Yeah,
here,
exactly.
here we don't have to mix that every day the person they just died through the accident, the person died through the HIV, the person died through the drugs, the person died this and that. We have to defeat first because uh, the trigger, the concentration, what we have to achieve the goal is the first, and whatever the things they are just getting our the mindset distract.
So basically here I just was checking, the statistics are showing me, this is statistics a little bit old, but basically they are saying that about 160,000 people die every day.
Yeah.
160,000 people die every day, and you want to hear something funny? 360,000 people are being born every day. Yeah? So
Pandemic,
the birth rate is worse than a
pandemic.
pandemic. The birth,
See,
huh?
in pandemic, the healthy peoples are dying due to COVID-19. Okay, and the rest of the people who is suffering from cancer, who is suffering from the different disease, they are living. They are living. Okay, how they are living? They are doing the chemotherapies, everything. Okay, they are doing it, and in within 2 5 days, if I'm no more due to the COVID infection, so that means the healthy person, the normal person who is get sick, cancer patient, he knows he's already in cancer. Okay, he have to go for the radio, he had to go for the chemo, he had to take the medications, he had to go for the follow-up.
Yeah, but you know that most of the people that died today, for example, in Italy, we are seeing that only about 2% of people that died actually died from the COVID-19, and that the rest of the patients, they already had cancer and many other diseases, and they were over 80 or 85, and they had lots of other issues. So it's not that all the people that died, they were
If
like
2%,
that.
yes, if 2% people are dying, if 2% people are dying, okay, then the ratio of recovery must be more. Why the ratio of recovery is low, and why the ratio of positive COVID is more? And
Because we are having in Italy, we are having lots of sick people.
no. Pardon me. Please give me a little some time for explanation. Just open the Google, compare positive COVID patients, active COVID patients, and death and recover. Okay, so the recovery. Do you see the recovery? How much is
See,
recovered?
depending in which countries, it's different from country to country. That's what
Anywhere
I'm telling
you
you.
can. Okay, you can just search in your country, or you can search not your
In
country,
my
my
country,
country. Anywhere.
is the
What do you like? No, what do you
in
like?
Italy.
Whatever the country you like. Tell me the ratio of recovery.
Okay, depending. Like so, in Israel, for example,
Yes.
to whom I was talking, it is very low ratio. So in Israel, you are having 5,000 people sick and only 20 or 25 deaths.
But
Okay,
you
in Italy,
tell me about recovery.
wait, now I will tell you. But in any case, it is different from country to country.
Okay, you can search any country. You can search the Asian countries, Asia, the Gulf countries, the European countries. Kindly you go through it. Tell me the ratio of recovery.
Well, we don't know yet the ratio. So, for example, here you have in Italy, because also the numbers are not correct, because in Italy they are speculating that we are having at least 10 times as much of people that are having the coronavirus because not everyone is being tested, and most of the people actually are not being tested, even if they are asking to be tested. No one is testing them because there is no tampons available, and there is not available, there is no places in hospitals available.
No, no, no,
Okay, so
no. No, no,
those
no.
numbers that we are looking at, they are
Okay,
not.
Bislat, my simple question is recovery. If there is a 2% of death, so how much would be the recovery? Is there the recovery 40% same in the in the statistics graphically?
No, graphically, I tell you now. So graphically, they say that today we are having. So from closed cases, the one that have recovered, there were 40,000 people that are recovered. The closed case is closed. From them, there was 40% death and 58% recovery. You understand? In
68
Italy, it's a huge rate of death.
in Italy
Huge.
today.
In Italy, huge. Today, yes.
Yes, it was due to the 4 days before. One scientist he did a research from Australia. So he had made a challenge within 48 hours. He will just make an the lot of development in COVID-19. I have some of with
Tell
me.
me. Yeah, I'm looking at the numbers in Israel. I want to tell you. So tell me.
One scientist from Australia. Two
Yes.
days before, yes, 2 days before, he had said within 48 hours, COVID-19 will be under control.
So, what do you
So
mean?
now, really, yes, in Australia it is controlled. You can see it.
It's controlled.
Yes, it is under control.
Why is it under control there and it's not under control here?
Some type of medications.
Some type of medication that we do not have.
Yeah.
Hmm. So no, I cannot find. You know, I have a word meter, but here countries here because there is a website.
Yeah.
Here, I got it. Okay, so here you see.
So tell me one thing.
Here,
I have one query. In Italy, how much people is been recovered now?
so in Italy, total cases right now is 132,000, and it is basically total deaths so far is 1,000. New deaths, total recovered. So recovered only 22,000 out of 132.
Record 22,000.
22,000 recovered out of 132, which are total cases.
Yeah. So
And then
can you please tell me in percent, because I don't know in percentage. Please help me. Please calculate. How much
total
would be the
tests. But you
I
cannot
don't.
calculate. I'm not going to calculate
Okay,
this.
come on.
It's not.
Come on, let it be. Let our people heal. Let our people heal.
So the total death is 16,000. Total cases is 132. So you can calculate from that. What is it? Is 15%.
Yes.
Yeah.
Near about. Yes, near about. Here is the answer. Here is the answer.
You see, in Israel, 8,600 cases and 56 deaths. So it is basically less than 1%. Less than 1% deaths in Israel as opposed to more than 15% in Italy. You know, the same in Russia. 6,300 cases and only 47 deaths. The same in Chile. 4,800 cases and only 37 deaths. So it's either we are talking there because it's only the beginning stages, or they know something that we don't know,
No,
or it's because our
climatic condition. No, pardon me. I'm sorry to interrupt you between. Climatic condition, humid, moisture, heat. It really it makes a very big sense for the COVID-19 virus. Trust me, when there
okay.
is a lot of humidity or when there is a lot of dryness, it, the ratio of COVID-19, it really makes a sense for the pandemic more. In Pune, the ratio of COVID-19 is really good now, touched wood by the grace of God and by the Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray. Is really a marvelous person who had made it under control in Pune. But in Maharashtra, but in Mumbai, why it is now a little the fluctuating due to the climatic conditions, where little the government is little 1% is helpless. But
So you
soon
think
it will be
because,
under control.
do you think because like in Israel it is, for example, it is much warmer, the climate is much
Yes,
warmer now, so
yes,
it's much
exactly.
less,
Of
less
course,
violent?
of course, of
Okay, so
course.
then explain me what about
See,
Iran? No,
uh,
I don't agree.
see,
What about Iran?
see. Uh, this virus is affecting the respiratory, right? When we have cold and cough and all the respiratory disorder, when we have the excess, the temperature, the less than 15, 14, 18, already that time we have cough and respiratory disorder. And during that time, if we get an effect with the viruses, it will affect a lot. If in the hot condition, trust me, in you can see the temperature of today, the current temperature of Israel. It might be like 38. Please go through the Google. 38, between the
No,
38 or 40.
Israel is not in Israel is 25 degrees. I am talking with Israel very often. There
25
is no
degree
38 degrees.
evening.
Sorry?
25-degree evening.
25 degrees, yes, today in Israel.
Evening.
In Iran, for example, in Iran also, it is hot. Iran is a hot country, the same like Israel, and there is also for almost 4,000 dead already.
But that time,
It is not.
the climate, no. But that time, the climatic condition of Iran was very low. The temperature, it was less than 15. It was less than 20 degrees Celsius. Please Google it.
Look at Russia. Russia is very cold, and they have only 47 deaths.
Because in Russia, already before coming the COVID-19 entering in Russia, they had maintained the social distance.
Ma, what are you talking about? Russia social distance does not exist. If you don't drink a little bit of vodka before going to sleep with all your family and friends, trust me.
No,
I'm Russian,
no.
so don't tell me about Russia and social distance.
Social distance. That see,
No.
if you have no. If really see the three things which will affect. Okay, the social distance, the climatic condition, and how you use the rules, the guidelines of the government which is given to you. Okay, so these three things, if you really follow it strictly, in New York, see, US is a very big country. US is a very big country. Why they had not locked down? How? I will give the example, the same temperature of Russia and US. Okay? US is also a cold country and Russia is also now a cold country. But now in US there is not a lockdown where there is a lot of death can be seen and of the positive active COVID-19 patients. In Russia they had maintained the social distance where the rate of transmission is very less. Immigration process was strict.
I don't know.
Whenever
I
the guest,
think because
no,
maybe there was less immigration.
no, whenever the guest enters in your home, the security guard must be strict.
I don't
Okay,
understand. What is it?
whenever the unwanted guest, they want to enter at your home, the security guard
Yes.
must be strict. He must scan where are you from. He must scan the identification. He must call, sir, this person is willing to visit you. Would I have to send him or not? So these three things, it affects the immigration. I don't think so. Every country they had a proper immigration, the checkup. They are responsible.
I don't know. I don't know. I will not be pointing figures. It's very inconsistent. It's very inconsistent. You don't know who closed borders, who
Governments
did
are
not
good.
close
See,
borders.
governments
They
are
had.
good.
You don't know
No.
that.
Governments are good. Governments are good. Governments are really good, and we always respect the government. Okay, governments are really good. But whenever there are the screenings, during the screenings, Okay, whenever the person they want to screen, okay, they just want to catch the symptomatically to any of people. They are helpless. Why? Tell me one thing during the immigration process. If I just queue and the screening machine, if I'm not a doctor and anyone had given me, okay, just screen it and just symptomatically you just check it. Why? Whenever you
Listen,
get a hint,
what I would like to do, listen, what I would like to do, I don't want to speculate. I don't want to speculate. I don't, there is lots of things which I don't know. I was not there in the immigration. And I don't think, there is so much information already on the news and everywhere. Like myself personally, I stopped even getting these informations because everyone is speculating this and that and this and that. I don't care about it. Whatever I care is about giving people a clear and simple advices how they can make the best out of this time, how they can be safe, how they can be healthy, what can they do.
see
I don't
here,
want to talk about governments and all this. I'm not interested.
Mr.
So we
Lux,
talk about Ayurveda.
we don't want
Sorry,
to make
we
we
talk about Ayurveda now. We were talking about Ayurveda and how it can help prevent or whatever, release the symptoms. This was the subject of our conversation, and I do not want to go into political discussions and who is what and why. Okay, so let's just focus and see if there is anything that we can give to people that is helpful, that is
no
clear,
no no
and
no
it's
no
not
no.
enough speculation which we already are full of it. That's what I want. Yeah.
Okay. Uh, I'm sorry from my side, but I went my things to be very emotional.
No, but it's not everyone is emotional, but there is no point to give information and pass information which is based on speculations. If you have information specific, personal experience, medicine, whatever you can give that is very, very concrete, then this is good,
If
But if you
Miss
speculate,
Lux, if
it's
things
crowded.
are very concrete, then why can't all the countries they support the Ayush? The one thing, if every
What?
government, why all the people, why Prince Charles is not supporting Ayush? The one thing.
Why should he? I mean, your own country is not supporting it. Leave Prince Charles alone. There is lots of politics involved. I mean, he has a whole country to govern and to be a symbol for his people, and I'm sure that he has his reasons why he is not wanting to support it. What you need to understand is in your own country why he's not supported. When you can come and say, look, we are a country like India, big country with lots of people, and we are treating everyone with Ayurveda, okay, and we overcame this and these things, then you become an example for anyone else. But you cannot, I mean, if you come and you tell me, take my medicine, but
Mhm.
you in your house do not use this medicine. Why should I take your medicine if you in your house, that's why I asked you, do you use Ayurveda in your hospitals? Is
Exactly.
your prime minister supporting Ayurveda? Is Modi supporting Ayurveda?
Of
If he
course,
does not support
of
Ayurveda,
course,
how can you?
My honorable prime minister, and Mr. Amit Shah, they and all the ministers they are supporting Ayurveda because of whatever the things Mr. Prime Minister is going now, it is all the connections with Ayurveda, Rugaveda, and the Indian culture. And I
Yeah, but
know
you still say that your hospitals, most of the hospitals are treating with normal medicine. That you said to us
no, no,
before.
no. Yes, but 2 days before, Mr. Prime Minister he had given the circular to the Ayush Ministry to the Ayush doctors, okay, to make in research. And already whatever the information I had passed about Dr. BRR Government Ayurvedic College and Hospital Ayurveda and about Dr. Perugu, okay, he had directly had a research on COVID-19 patients.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I will do after this the interview, I will share you all the details with an article where it will be much more helpful for all the people in the world to fight against the COVID-19, which is very necessary to know really the ancient science Ayurveda, how much it is helpful for people. And let's do
Okay.
a good thing to save the world.
If you have you can write me in the chat and I can put it in the messages, the link.
Surely. Do you want now?
Yeah, you can do that. I will write it here.
Uh, I do one thing. I will just send it to you on your number so that you will have the proof, the articles, whatever Dr. Perugu he had made it in his practice in COVID-19.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Let's do that.
Thank you so much.
Let's do that. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thanks.